Happy holidays, tiny friends. Today is day 9 of 12 days of a vintage Christmas, where each day I'm putting together a piece of this free printable. This is a Christmas box set that was created by Sarah from Amber's House Blogspot. If you're interested in having this free printable, you can click on the link in the description box below. It should take you right to Amber's House Blogspot. You'll see the first image is actually an image of this Christmas set. If you scroll down underneath the first image, past 2 paragraphs, you'll see the words Christmas boxes. Click on that link. It'll take you to this PDF file where you can either print it from that or download it and save it to your computer and print it anytime. So I want to thank Sarah so much for creating this amazing Christmas decoration box set. It comes with 13 vintage Christmas boxes and 6 cards. If you're just joining in today, you can also find the link to the playlist in the description box below. On day 1, I explained everything there is to know about this free printable that should help you out when creating this. So if you've missed day 1, you might want to start there. I'll also be creating a few extra pieces that aren't included on this printable, and today will be the first one of those. Today's going to be a tabletop tree, and I'll also be creating tree stands. So grab yourself a cup of Christmas cheer and let's get started. I'm going to be using these miniature bottle brush trees for this, and I like to pick mine up after the holiday because they go on sale. If you have a local Michael's craft store, you can pick these up for up to 75% off after Christmas, and that's when I usually like to stock up. But you can find these little trees almost any time of the year at your local Dollar Tree. If you don't have a local Dollar Tree or Michael's, look in your craft stores or even online for these little trees. They're good for any type of miniature scene, and you can place them almost anywhere. And the decorating possibilities are almost endless. I'll be keeping these pretty simple today for a vintage look in the old farmhouse, and I'm going to use some of these foam berries. They're super tiny. I'm also going to be using some antique gold seed beads. I'm not going to put too many of these pieces on. I'm just going to spread them around sporadically, and that will be all I'm doing for decorating this little tiny tree. For this, I'm just using my tacky glue. Any white PVA glue would work. Okay, so I have all my little berries and seed beads on, and that part is complete. But now I'm going to add a star. And I'm going to use some of these gold buds that I peeled off of the poinsettia. I'm just using my tacky glue. I'm going to use 3 pieces and glue them together. Place a little bit of tacky glue on the top of the tree, and you can clip the top of the tree off so that it has more of a flat surface to glue your star or topper on. And I'm just going to place this piece right on the top and make some adjustments. For this one, I ran out of little gold buds, so right now it only has 2 pieces for the star. While I was putting away my Christmas craft decorations, I saw something that gave me an idea for a tree stand. So I'm going to go with that. And I also found some more gold buds so I can add it to this tree topper and complete the star. This is the poinsettia that I used to create the miniature poinsettia, and on the bottom looks like a tree stand. So I'm going to use this base to create some vintage tree stands for my little tiny tabletop trees. have a second one, so I can make two. This one has a broken foot, but that's okay. I'll just turn that to the back. Here's a larger poinsettia, and the buds on this one are quite large. You can probably use one whole bud for a star, but the bottom has a bigger base that looks like a Christmas tree stand. And Miss Margot won't be having a Christmas tree, but she'll still need a stand to store in the attic. So I'm going to cut these points off and create a stand. To begin with, I'm just going to pull off the fabric of the flower. You can cut this off as well. Inside the base is a little round circle. I'm going to leave that piece on so that there's more support to the base, and I can have something to add the museum wax to help stand it up. These little pieces are very light and soft plastic, so you would probably need to tack them down. Now I'm going to use my craft knife, and I'm just carefully removing the excess stems from the buds to flatten this little circle piece. When doing this, just take your time and work very slowly so you don't cut yourself. It cuts pretty easily since the plastic is so soft. Now that everything is removed from the stand, I'm just going to cut off any extra plastic in between the stand feet. Before I get to creating the stands, I thought I would finish off this little star so that it can dry while I'm working on the stands. And I'm just using some tacky glue and popping that point right into place. To help paint the stand, I'm using this plastic palette knife, and I'm just wrapping it with masking tape. You can use a popsicle stick, a flat piece of wood, or anything flat that you have. I'm going to attach the pieces to the tape so that I can paint them. For best long-lasting results, you might want to coat your plastic with gesso or some sort of sealant so that the paint can actually grip. This will help the paint last through the years and keep from peeling off. I didn't have any gesso, so I just painted them. I think it'll be okay since they're just going to be stored in the attic and I won't really be handling them often. I used my Testors enamel model paint for this. I do have two choices for my silver. I have a chrome and I have a steel. So I think I'm using the steel. It's hard to tell which is which, but they both work fine. For the bigger stand, I'm going to leave it green and just add a little bit of the silver to make it look like some of the green paint has been chipping away over the years. I'm going to use this Dollar Tree dauber sponge. I'm adding this chopstick with a tapered end. It fits perfectly, and if I wanted to create a tree, I would just use this and attach all my branches to it. Right now I'm lightly adding the silver paint in just sporadic areas. I don't want to cover the whole thing, and I don't want to add too much. Here is the paint I'm using, and I believe this one is the steel. It looks a little duller than the chrome. And I'm just dipping the sponge in the cap and using what's in there. This will stand on its own, but because there's no weight to the tree stand, you would need to tack it down to keep it from becoming top heavy and falling over. Now I'm going to age them with a little bit of wash. This is black acrylic and water. Normally for plastic and metals, I like to use a wash that is mixed with acrylic and alcohol. because it helps stick a lot better to plastic parts and metal, and it also dries quicker. But since I ran out of black acrylic, I added water to the bottle, so it already is a wash, and I'm just going to use that. I'm using a Q-tip to lightly dab off the excess, and you can make your wash as thick or thin as you would like. Kiwi flew in to oversee the project and make sure I'm using wax paper. Here are the trees, and now it's time to switch the bases. So I just wanted to show you how easy it was to remove the original wooden pieces. Just lightly twist the wooden piece and it'll come right off. So you don't need any tools for this part. I would suggest using a super glue for this, but I ran out of that too, so I'm using Gorilla Gel Glue. It's not super, but I'm pretty sure it's strong enough. I'm adding a little bit inside the hole of the base, and I'm also adding some on the piece of wire attached to the tree. Once I do insert the tree into the base, I just make adjustments until it sits the way I want it to, and then set it aside and leave it alone. For this one, with the broken foot, I want to make sure that's facing the back. Well, here they are, tiny friends, and that completes day 9 of 12 days of a vintage Christmas. Tabletop trees with a tree stand. I hope you enjoyed this video today, tiny friends, and if you have, please give it a thumbs up and click that like button and let me know what you thought in the comments below. With only a few days left of this Christmas special, I want to thank you all for joining in with me. It's been so much fun this far, and I really appreciate all your support. Thank you everybody for subscribing to Tiny Keyhole Minis. Come back for day 10 to see what I create next. And until then, tiny friends, happy holidays! And I will see you on the mini side.